Hey everybody, it's Barbara here, and with Wellness Matters, You Matter. And today I'm talking about a very specific subject, and that is about addiction and cravings. And I know a little something about that. I've been surrounded by that, and I know what a struggle it is and how difficult it is for people. And so many people aren't able to overcome that. And I'm part of an activation company that I'm so proud of because we work with the body systems. We don't try to usurp the body systems and provide synthetic ways around what our body actually does. So until we can find a way to activate and work with our body processes, we don't produce something. And all the talk has been about GLP-1. And it's so important, and it was developed for a very important reason, a certain issue dealing with blood sugar. And with that, drugs have side effects and you need prescriptions. And this particular area is really injection oriented. And one of the good side effects of it was losing weight. And we're in a food situation where we have so many elements that our body doesn't recognize being added to our prepared foods. Even our whole foods and our natural foods don't have the nutrition that they had years ago. And it's the only one thing that maybe I'm glad that I'm older because I had fresher food when I was younger. And I think that has helped my health a lot. And I'm grateful that I had a mother that cooked very simple foods, but it was a starch, a vegetable, and a meat, and we didn't really eat frozen, canned, prepped foods. And so we had fresh things every day. The one thing we had out of a can really was canned peas, little baby peas, and Jello. But, we have developed, in fact, I flew out for the launch of a natural GLP-1, and it was last October. And when we launch something, it is always backed by science. They have peer-reviewed research. They have done studies and efficacy studies before they bring something to market. And I did not realize how many functions in our body GLP-1 addresses. And one of the biggest ones it addresses, we've been calling it food noise. And I never really thought about food noise before, but I work virtually now, and think about during COVID and the pandemic, we're home. You get distracted. You want to go grab something, or maybe you're lonely, maybe you're emotional eating, and our body doesn't even recognize so many of the ingredients in our food. They're not natural compounds that were created with our body in mind. Our body understands fruits and vegetables, plant-based, natural things. That's how we were created. Peptides, proteins, carbohydrates, etc. But all these artificial things our body doesn't really understand, recognize, or know how to process. And they tend to put fat around them because they're protecting our organs, or thinking they're protecting our organs from all these approved things added to our foods, along with chemicals that make us even crave their foods. Did you know they're allowed to put chemicals that are craving compounds into our foods? It always makes me think back to that tagline with Lay's potato chips. I never connected the dots until recently. Bet you can't eat one. You're right. So, one thing that I've been learning from a lot of nutritionists is to stop beating ourselves up, because sometimes, and many times, our body is going into an automatic craving for that particular product. And recently, as a lot learning more about food distribution, um, I didn't realize in the history and timeline of food that the tobacco industry started buying up the food companies. And the tobacco industries know a lot about cravings and making you want to keep up a habit or a product, and keep you on board as a customer, right? And I know so many people that have struggled with addiction. And those first 30, 60, 90 days are torture, and so many people don't make it. So, what I've learned about GLP-1, and this activates our own GLP-1 hormone, our own body given hormone that starts to shut down or is dysfunctional, not working properly or working up to speed, is that it affects the parts of our brain that deal with craving. So, food craving, alcohol craving, whatever it is, there's that part of our brain that's like, I want more. That was good. I want more. And when I started taking this, and I was hearing so many people before me saying there was a trial group, I didn't get in the trial group, saying, oh my gosh, I'm not thinking about food. And I didn't realize how much we really are. We are, because all of a sudden we're getting an itch for something sugary or salty or a distraction. But when that is shut off in your brain, you're not even thinking or going there or having that gut feeling of wanting something. And so I'll go for like a really long time and I'm like, wow, I didn't think about grabbing something. And one of the doctors that has come on board with us, that is a very well-known doctor and also had been an NFL football player, has dealt with weight and being a big guy for all of his life from a child, really, and also has a regenerative wellness center, has done a lot of research. He calls his program the Oreo addiction. And his son, it turns out, could not, deal with sugars, and that Oreos are one of the only cookies that don't have not sugar. I think it's sugars. Yeah. Anyway, and so he would just be grabbing them during the day and started realizing how many he was having in a day. And he said since he started this, he has not had one Oreo cookie. He calls it the Oreo effect. And I thought that was really a cute analogy because it puts it in perspective. And I want people to be successful. And I just know that this is a whole area that no one's talking about with GLP-1. It does so many things in our body. It deals with our heart, but that gut brain connection is really, really important. And there are now doctors and addiction specialists that are recommending GLP-1 for their clients. I mean, take the edge off. Be successful. We want you to be in recovery and to be able to master that. The percentages of people that make it are not high because everyone looks at it like willpower, but we really have these automatic responses in our body that are so difficult to manage, to overcome. And when we're depleted and when your life has had traumas and difficult turns, and right now we're dealing with so much anxiety and dysfunction, it makes it harder for that person to be successful. It might be food. Think about somebody that had food issues and are really dealing with Overeaters Anonymous, let's say. But if that noise is out of your mind, you are able to be so much more successful because you actually feel full, you feel satiated. And if you're eating more protein, if you're drinking more water, and if you start this program, you have a much higher success rate and you're working with your body. So this is easy. You take 2 capsules in the morning before you take any other calories. So you can have water. And 30 minutes later, you can have calories and eat. And then we also have this special fiber that you can add to your, let's say you have a morning shake. You just put it in water, you put it in any drink you want. People put it in coffee. And there's a protocol with it. It's like 2 capsules and some fiber. I mean, anybody can do this. Anybody can do this. And if you saw the before and after pictures that I have, it's just phenomenal. But beyond that, we don't have the before and after pictures and stories of people dealing with addiction. And that is my little niche that I want to bring forth because we could use all the tools available to us and get that head start. So many people have spent hundreds of $1,000s on rehab and other facilities. It's destroyed families, destroyed people's lives. Where meanwhile, this could help jumpstart you to take that edge off and that craving to help you get through the early times and reap the benefits of recovery, whatever you're recovering from. So reach out to me. Let me help you, or at least give you information. Maybe it's somebody you know, maybe it's a family member, and I'm just a messenger. It's up to someone else to decide if this will work for them or not. But I want people to know that this is available to you. And as I started talking about this with someone, I'm in some very amazing inspirational groups and global groups. And this one global group I'm in, oh my gosh, it's called Your Year of Miracles. And have thought leaders and mentors that you've all heard of that are teaching us every month. And so the community is huge. And one woman posted that she is a mentor for people in addiction, but she deals with it through nutrition. And she's been doing this for 30 years. That is how much nutrition affects addiction. And she has done workshops, she's doing vendor shows, she's at conferences. And so I've talked with her about that. And so she even has talked about, she understood that GLP-1 has a big effect on that. So that was a big validation for me. And she also, this is a little tip, she also talked about if you're having a craving, grab some protein that can slow that down and help you deal with a craving situation. So if I can be of service to you, please reach out to me and others. And thank you so much for listening.